Hello YouTube, this is Justin coming to you with another video. The topic of today is how to set up keyboard commands on Google Calendar so that it will work in your browser. You might have noticed, hopefully this hasn't given you too much trouble, that if you tried to use some of the information in my other videos about Google Calendar, you might have noticed it didn't work. Sometimes what will happen is you'll have a great thing set up with your personal or your work account, and then you'll just jump into another personal or work account that's different. I have a lot of Google accounts, which maybe is something that I need to think more about, and then it doesn't work. And it's because each time you go into a new Google account with Google Calendar, you have to make sure that keyboard commands are enabled. And to be specific, I'm not talking about screen reader keyboard commands or browsing commands like moving to next and previous link or form field, etc. But those commands that you can access on the Google Calendar or, for example, Gmail interface. I have another video about Gmail about enabling keyboard commands. Those commands that you access when you are in Forms mode or when you are not accessing the browsing commands of your screen reader. So I'm sitting here on my desktop in Windows 11. I'm going to go ahead and open Google Chrome. And first, I think what I'm going to do is slow down the speech of NVDA.
Rate 40. Rate 50. Rate 55.
All right, so I just slowed that down using NVDA Control Shift down arrow. I'm going to press Enter.
Who's using Chrome? Who's using Chrome? Heading level 1.
And if you use Google Chrome, you know if you have multiple profiles, you'll get this opening dialog, and I have to select the profile. I tried using this with JAWS, and it's completely invisible. I don't quite know why that is, but that's something, if you're a JAWS user, you might want to try this with NVDA. Maybe by the time you access this video, it'll be fixed, but I'm going to navigate by button to find my profile.
Open Berkeley profile, more open Einstein Pro, more open Clearinghouse Pro, more open Duffer.user.org profile button.
Pressing Enter.
New tab Google Chrome Justin Duffer.mu.
It brings up a window, and I'm going to put in Google Calendar.
See mobility A unselected. L
I'm just going
unselected.
to find it in my browsing history.
Mobility International USA User Calendar Tuesday.
Pressing
Unselected.
Enter.
Mobility International USA User Calendar Monday, August 26, 2024. Today. Clickable button. Skip to main content. Button keyboard shortcuts. Button access.
Okay, I just pressed Control to stop speaking, and we didn't hear any tone, so I can see it didn't really go into Forms mode. And if I press up and down arrow,
Heading button today. Heading level 1 calendar.
yeah, it looks to me like I'm in browse mode right
Draw
now.
heading level 1. Landmark. No previous heading.
I'm navigating by heading, so I'm definitely in browse mode. So that's good to note, kind of like knowing the difference between browse mode and Forms mode when you're using these applications. And JAWS, I believe you control it with JAWS key Z as in Zulu, and NVDA, of course, we're controlling it with NVDA spacebar. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go press Control Home
Button skip to main
to jump to the first of the page, and then I'm going to just tab over to Settings. I'm going to press on that, and it's going to sort of open up kind of an intermediate settings, like a quick settings menu almost, not really the full settings screen. But the first thing that's going to be selected is the full settings, and so I'll just press Enter on that a second time. So let's tab over to Settings.
Keyboard short accessibility and landmark today Monday August previous day button next search button support button settings menu button collapse sub menu.
And you can hear it's a menu and it's collapsed. I'm going to press Enter and it's going to expand, and the first option is going to be Settings.
Settings.
I'm going to press Enter again.
Settings menu button collapse sub menu main landmark language and region heading level 2.
And then it takes us to the main landmark, which is language and region, and I believe we are once again in browse mode. So I'm going to navigate by heading to the heading that says keyboard commands.
Time zone heading the world clock event settings notifications view options head events from Gmail working hours and keyboard shortcuts heading level 2.
Keyboard shortcuts, and that's navigating by heading H and Shift H for NVDA, and I believe it's similar if you're using JAWS. I'm going to navigate by the next checkbox, which is X as in X-ray, and find the checkbox.
Enable keyboard shortcuts checkbox checked.
And you can see right now it's checked. So
not checked.
Pressing spacebar, I can uncheck it.
Checked.
Settings
Settings
and then
saved.
I can recheck it. And you heard it said settings saved as soon as I made that change. So you don't actually have to click save or confirm or anything. As soon as you have made your setting, you can just close this window out and it is permanent. So that basically means that once we go back into the calendar, so let me see.
Main landmark collapse all day section button expanded.
I just pressed the escape key and it closed out settings. Now I can go into Forms mode with NVDA space. Press D to jump to my events view.
D. Mobility International USA Music Calendar Monday, August.
Press Tab.
Monday, August.
And then down arrow to view my events.
Working low 7 all day, 7 events, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., 1 p.m. to 2 p.m.
Navigating through those with Tab and Shift Tab. All these things I can view by week.
2. Mobility International USA Music Calendar week of August 20.
View by month.
3. Mobility International USA Music Calendar August 2000.
And so on and so forth. Or I can just view in Today View by pressing 1.
1. Mobility International USA Music Calendar.
Which is basically where I started. All these commands that I'm doing right now are enabled because of that checkbox that I just showed you. So I hope that this video has been helpful. This has been how to enable keyboard commands using the NVDA screen reader in Google Calendar. The browser has been Google Chrome. Your results may vary with other browsers. Hopefully this has been helpful. If it was, please like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what else I should be putting together here. I have received some requests on Google Docs, and so expect some videos about Google Docs in the future. I know a lot of blind users I've encountered don't particularly like Google Docs all that much. I personally love it and think that hopefully maybe you will too after you've had some chance to tinker around with it. So thanks everybody. Have a great rest of your week. Bye.
Screen click. Screen click.